Hello and thanks for joining us on Nationwide. We are reaching you live from Abuja. I am Dennis Adegunloye. Nigeria is ready to give a new momentum to the fight against terrorism in the ECOWAS sub-region with its counter-terrorism center located in Abuja. Chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Governments, President Bola Tinubu, made the commitment at the 65th session of the community underway in Abuja. The unconstitutional takeover of government and the subsequent decision of the three Sahel countries to opt out of ECOWAS still remain a concern for the community. The session is appraising the enormous challenges facing the sub-region, including terrorist activities and violent extremism, vis-à-vis the efforts at combating them. President Tinubu underscores the importance of peaceful and secure societies to the integration and economic prosperity being pursued by the bloc. Vice President Kashim Shettima has assured Nigerians that the present administration is committed to creating an environment where merit is rewarded and every public servant feels valued and motivated to give their best. This was while presenting awards of recognition to outstanding public servants and the second edition of the Nigeria Excellence Awards in Public Service held at the State House, Abuja. Ekene Ndluwe reports.
It is an occasion that casts a spotlight on outstanding Nigerians who have demonstrated innovative approaches to addressing public challenges at the grassroots, state and national levels of public service. Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, in collaboration with the best strategic media, is recognizing 44 individuals who have made positive changes in their spheres of influence.
We seek to make the event an annual theme to motivate public officers to work for the betterment of our dear country.
Like athletes selected to represent the nation, many of them have put up quite an impressive performance since assuming office. But I know that this would not have been possible without clear mandate monitoring and evaluation tools set by Mr. President.
Vice President Kashim Shettima, who introduced the new role models to the nation, reminded public office holders that each of them is an employee of the Nigerian citizen.
The 44 persons we are here to honor set in motion a chain of action to build a culture of hard work and commitment to noble principles in our public service. We must also strive to make sure that the values we have set them apart are deeply ingrained in our culture.
And for the award recipients, this is a spur to do more.
This award is an encouragement. I never knew that people are watching or are seeing what we are doing. I know that our constituents are happy with what we are doing.
We're able to overcome the challenges, and today we are being recognized not only globally but nationally for the contributions made by the Borno State government in ensuring that peace is returned and families are returned and settled in their ancestral homes.
Organizers are hopeful that the recognition will inspire the bulk of Nigeria's workforce and create a ripple effect of positive change throughout the society. In Abuja, Ekene Ndluwe, NTA News.
Some oil-producing communities in Delta State have urged the National Assembly to ensure equity in projects distribution being executed by the Niger Delta Development Commission in the region. They are also seeking more opportunities in programs of the Amnesty Office and Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs. During interaction with lawmakers, leaders of the communities also appealed for enhanced monitoring with regards to gas flaring in view of the impact on the health of residents and the environment.
The sales of the oil and gas facilities in our area by the IOCs to other investors without giving us the right of first refusal to buy or not become the second colonization of our people after the British who left us in the year 1960.
Lawmakers from the affected areas reassured that the complaints will be taken up with the appropriate authorities for redress.
If you are seeking attention of the oil companies that operate in the environment and the government to pay attention to the environment, I think it's a step in the right direction.
The points made about pollution, about casualization, seeding of oil wells, these are, I believe, petitions that can be laid before the Senate officially, and maybe that is a way forward.
Meanwhile, in response to calls for grassroots engagements, the House of Representatives says plans are underway to roll out citizens' town hall meetings across the 6 geopolitical zones. Speaker of the House, Tajuddin Abbas, stated this at the closing ceremony of the Legislative Open Week organised by the Green Chamber. National Assembly correspondent Mitaira Ikmen reports.
For 3 days, the doors of Parliament have been open to citizens for frank conversations. The need for state police, local government autonomy, constitutional role for traditional rulers, as well as gender balance in governance and politics have been among crucial issues discussed. The House of Representatives used the open week to establish robust connection with citizens, who in turn commend the initiative.
What you are doing, considering the suffering people are going through, by looking for solution, by looking for ways of ameliorating most of these issues, I think is a right step in the right direction.
From the traditional desk, even without motion, we want to say Nigerians have passed vote of confidence on the Green Chamber.
We are a gas country, and today, by virtue of the passage of the PA and the continuous support of the National Assembly, we are getting this done on behalf of our country, and the country is benefiting from it. Our president is succeeding.
Our constitutional amendment process will also adopt a citizen-inclusive approach. The onus is now on citizens to actively engage their representatives.
The Legislative Open Week comes to a close, but lawmakers say they remain open to continuous dialogue and engagement with citizens towards building consensus on critical national issues. From the National Assembly, Mitaire Ikben, NTA News.
Speaker House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas congratulates Nigerian Muslims and their counterparts around the world as they usher in the new Islamic year 1446 after Hijrah. The Speaker notes that the new Islamic year should serve as an avenue for more prayers for the nation and its leaders. He calls for peaceful coexistence among Muslims and citizens of other faiths in the country, noting that nothing can be achieved in an atmosphere devoid of peace and unity. Now, sustaining the fight against HIV in Nigeria for the country to meet up with the universal target of ending the disease by 2030 requires both political and financial courage. This is the position of the Director General of the National Agency for the Control of AIDS, Dr. Temitokpe Ilori, as the agency organized a retreat for members of the House Committee on AIDS, Tuberculosis and Malaria. Hingano John Adams reports that the theme of the workshop is leadership for the sustainability of HIV response, the role of the legislature.
And They come from various organizations and destinations with a common goal, which is ending HIV/AIDS in Nigeria by 2030. With the nation's HIV response in the last 20 years, ensuring that about 1.7 million people are on treatment and about 98% remain HIV negative, Director General of the National Agency for the Control of AIDS, NACA, believes this interface with lawmakers will make more impact in the fight against HIV/AIDS in the country.
We believe the legislators are major stakeholders in this national response. This retreat is to sensitize them and to also have their buy-in in terms of resource mobilization, in terms of oversight functions, in terms of accountability, and also for them to assist us in also getting the message to the grassroots in their various constituencies.
The lawmakers and other key players are concerned about funding, which they say majorly come from donors. Looking inward for funds is what they suggested.
The legislature, as a representatives of our communities, will continue to provide a strong leadership that will engender robust and sustained HIV response in Nigeria through collaboration and partnership.
Currently, with our partner, we're also rolling out what we call Element 2.0, which shows how states should be supported by different donors with government as the oversight and leadership role.
Participants here believe the retreat will present new frontiers and robust ideas that will make Nigeria stand out in achieving a nation free from HIV. In Lagos, Hinginu, John Adams, NTA News.
Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have raided a high-profile cocaine syndicate in Lagos headed by a couple harboring large consignments of the Class A drug meant for export, local distribution as well as consumption. Salwa Khalil Ibrahim reports on this and other anti-narcotic activities of the agency.
A raid carried out by a special operations unit of the NDLEA followed months of intelligence gathering and surveillance on the syndicates notorious for packaging, distributing and trafficking of cocaine within and outside Nigeria. The 54-year-old was nabbed alongside his wife and associate in Lagos on Wednesday, 3rd July 2024. A total of 10.1 kilograms of cocaine valued at more than 2.1 billion naira in street value was recovered from them. Meanwhile, NDLEA officers on a stop-and-search operation along Ngororiola Road in Adamawa State on Wednesday, 3rd July, arrested a Chadian in a commercial bus. The suspect was found with a loudspeaker used to conceal 20 compressed blocks and 9 plastic containers of loud, a strong strain of cannabis weighing 5.2 kilograms. In Kano, operatives on Wednesday, 3rd July, arrested a 25-year-old corps member at a corpus lodge with 1.25 kilograms of loud, while in Ile-Ife, Osun State, a 50-year-old Bale was on Friday, 5th July, arrested with fresh cannabis plants that weighed 5 kilograms. And finally, in Abuja, NDLEA operatives on Saturday, 6th July, arrested 2 men in a vehicle along Abaju, Gwagwalada with 1,132 bottles of codeine syrup, 13,540 pills of tramadol, 50,000 pills of diazepam, and 59 pills of Rofinol. The suspects claimed they were bringing the opioids from Onitsha, Anambra State. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
The Kaduna State Council of the Nigerian Union of Journalists has expressed dissatisfaction over the barbaric attack by suspected kidnappers that led to the abduction of the Kaduna correspondents of the Nation newspaper, Abdul Ghaffar Alabalewa, and the Blueprint newspaper, Abdul Rahim Audu, alongside their families at their residences in Danhono Millennium City area of Kaduna metropolis. A statement signed by the council chairman, Asmal Yawo Halilu, condemned the incidents and implored governments at all levels to intensify efforts towards guaranteeing the security of lives and property of citizens at all times, stressing that the ugly incidents and phenomenon of kidnapping in Kaduna and environs is now resurfacing and must be checked to avert the experiences of the past. The Kaduna State Council of the NUJ urges all practicing journalists in the state to be vigilant in their daily activities, while also praying for the safe return of their abducted colleagues and their families. Now, have you ever suffered loss or omission or commission by another person? Well, today is World Forgiveness Day, a day set aside to recognize the need to let go of resentments, particularly in a world that often feels divided and burdened by conflicts. Our correspondent Sandra Akeme takes a look at the significance and consequences of unforgiveness as Nigeria joins the global community to celebrate the day.
Global Forgiveness Day was established in 1994 by the Christian Embassy of Christ Ambassadors to highlight the transformative power of forgiveness and encourage people to forgive one another. Over the years, Global Forgiveness Day has become a widely recognized event observed by people of various cultures and backgrounds with a view to spreading awareness about the benefits of forgiveness, including improved mental health, stronger relationships, and greater societal harmony. But do people really adhere to the practice of forgiveness? Let's find out.
Somebody has offended me, but at that moment when that person was apologizing to me, in my mind, I don't have that spirit of forgiving him or her at that moment. But as soon as I get back home, I started rethinking about it. I looked at the good thing he has done for me, the good thing he or she has done for me, and I have no other choice than to forgive the person.
Clerics say when one withholds forgiveness from another and live in a state of unforgiveness, it brings a challenge to their relationship with God.
Nobody on earth can claim to be perfect except God himself. We sin against him day in, day out. But because of his spirit of forgiveness, that is why we are still alive. When you are not forgiving, it hinders your prayers. It hinders your offerings, that God cannot accept it. It hinders your relationship with God.
Between you and God, seek for forgiveness, wake up in the night, wake up any time of the day, kneel down and ask God for forgiveness. But between you and human beings, you must go and confess what you have done to him so that he will forgive you. And that person should forgive and forget. He should not carry grudges. Carrying grudges derails somebody's blessings.
On the health aspects, medical experts stress that forgiveness is an aspect of emotional and mental well-being that can put one into a fight-or-flight mode, which may result in many changes in heart rate, blood pressure, and immune response.
In Abuja, Sandra Akeme, NTA News.
In other news, the federal government is building 250 housing units in Lafia, Nasarawa State, under the Renewed Hope Estate project to bridge the housing deficit. Aliu Tijani reports that Ministry of Housing and Urban Development flagged off the project in Lafia as the people of the state commended the President's administration for life-changing infrastructure.
Nasarawa State is benefiting again from another federal government project to improve lives of the people and boost the economy. This time around, it is a 250 units of housing estate that will be constructed for low and middle income earners in the state. Out of the 250 houses, 50 units are for 1 bedrooms, 150 units are for 2 bedrooms, while the remaining 50 units are 3-bedroom semi-detached bungalows. Minister of Housing and Urban Development flagged off the project, assuring the people of the state of timely completion.
This is in line with the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President to stimulate inclusive growth, lift 100 million Nigerians out of poverty, and build a trillion naira economy.
Nasarawa State government provided the land for the project at no cost.
This project, apart from providing access to housing, would also create employment opportunity for our people through the engagement of local labor and attracting more business and investment to the area, thereby boosting the economic growth of Lafia and indeed Nasarawa State at large.
30 states are benefiting from the renewed Hope Housing Estate in Lafia. Aliu Tijani, NTA News.
And still on renewed Hope housing units, let's join Fatima Hassan in Makurdi to tell us more and other stories from that zone. Hello, Fatima. Good to see you.
Hello, Dennis, and welcome to Makurdi. The 250 housing units under the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Renewed Hope initiative have been launched as part of efforts to provide quality and affordable housing to Nigerians. Minister of State for Housing and Urban Development, Abdullahi Gwarzo, in company of Governor Hyacinth Alia, who performed the groundbreaking ceremony in Makurdi, disclosed that the project will be delivered in 3 months. Elias Etiav reports.
Housing remains one of the basic needs of human existence, and access to quality and affordable housing is a sure step in ensuring a stable and healthy living. This is the initiative being championed by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Renewed Hope Housing, targeting to construct 250 housing units in each of the 13 states of the Federation, including Benue. The Minister of Housing and Urban Development, represented by the Minister of State, Abdullahi Gwarzo, maintained that the 250 housing unit project is in line with the Renewed Hope Cities and Estates program, which was launched by the federal government in February 2024. He further stated that the housing program plans to unlock massive potential of housing development to create jobs, uplift lives, and boost economy, with the intent of stimulating inclusive growth and lifting of 100 million Nigerians out of poverty.
We plan to deliver a total of 50,000 housing units across Nigeria. This includes 7 Renewed Hope cities that will have between 500 and 1,000 housing units per site in each of the 6 geopolitical zones in the country and the FCT.
Governor Hyacinth Alia, represented by the Commissioner for Works, Housing and Urban Development, Tiza Imojime, who thanked the federal government for the numerous projects and programs in the state, promised to provide necessary logistics, including land, for development.
The entire people of Benue State are saying, at any point at all you want an addition in the land being given to you, you can provide that and provide it to the fullest at our earliest convenience.
The housing estate is to accommodate roads, drainage channels, water supply, and other basic facilities. In Makurdi, Elias Etiaf, NTA News.
On security matters, the Benue State government is to set up a commission of inquiry to investigate the remote and immediate causes that led to the wanton killings and destruction of property in Ukum local government. Governor Hyacinth Alia disclosed this at a press briefing on efforts of the state to quell the crisis. Elias Itiav again completes the report.
In response to the recent events that led to the wanton destruction of government and private property in the local government area, the Benue State government had declared a curfew in the area to checkmate further security breaches. Property destroyed during the ugly incident include INET local government office, Okun local government secretariat complex, local government chairman's official residence, divisional agricultural office in the local government, among others. Governor Hyacinth Alia, in a press briefing after an on-the-spot assessment of the situation by the Deputy Governor Sam Ode, conveyed his heartfelt condolences to the families of victims of the attack, noting that the state government will not spare any efforts in arresting the situation and bringing perpetrators of the act to book.
More actions will be taken to demonstrate our unwavering commitment to bringing these retrogressive activities to a total end.
He appealed to the people of Sankara Axis to remain calm and exercise restraint.
Let me, for the last time, extend the hands of fellowship to all our youth who have chosen to reside in the forests and continually launch attacks on innocent citizens, that our administration may no longer guarantee the olive branch extended to them.
in Makurdi. Elias, HF, NTA News.
And that's it from Makurdi. Nationwide continues in Port Harcourt. After this break,
Good evening and welcome to Port Harcourt. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara says his administration will continue to deliver quality leadership that will advance development in the state. He was speaking while addressing newsmen shortly after the inspection of Degema Zonal Hospital undergoing construction and expansion. Osinachi Samuel reports.
Degema Zonal Hospital is one of the tertiary healthcare facilities that is being rehabilitated by the state government and expanded to accommodate state-of-the-art medical facilities for treatment of various diseases. The governor, who was accompanied by the Commissioner for Health, Rivers State, Dr. Adeze Ore, said healthcare, education and agriculture will be given priority attention in the 2025 fiscal year. He notes that the inspection is to ascertain the level of work done so far, noting that accommodation for staff and medical workers as well as other basic facilities have been included in the new plan.
What we're doing is to assure our people that it's not just about we giving them road, giving them other things. We need to protect them, give them quality health services. And this is just a start. We are here to assure our people that no matter what it is, we still have our eyes on the ball. I will urge the good people of Degema to continue to support us, that this government is purposeful and understand the need of the people.
The upgrade of the healthcare facility to a world-class standard will help in no small measure to address the health needs of the people in the senatorial district, just like other zonal medical facilities in Bori, Ahoda, and Omoko. From Degema local government area of Rivers State, Osinachi Samuel, NTA News.
Members of Alesa community in Eleme local government area of Rivers State have commended the Nigerian Army for their sensitivity to the health needs of the people. This was at a free medical outreach organized by the Nigerian Army 6th Division. Diba Barisedo Maweke reports.
And I think what they have done today will go a long way, at least to attend to the welfare and the medical needs of the people.
It's very, very good. We have not been seeing this before. This is the first time.
Members of Alesa community in Eleme local government area of Rivers State took advantage of the free medical outreach by the Nigerian Army 6th Division to attend to their health needs. Medical conditions such as malaria, eye issues, among other ailments, were all attended to, as prescriptions for medication were also given. General Officer Commanding 6th Division Nigerian Army, represented by Garrison Commander 6th Division, Brigadier General Eddie Effiong, believes that the gesture will go a long way in building stronger ties, as the Army will continue to ensure a peaceful environment and also provide adequate security for the citizens.
The Nigerian Army, in identifying with our host communities, is conducting this free medical outreach to further cement our communal synergy.
Paramount ruler of Alesa, His Royal Highness John Dinkbankbe, appreciated the Army for the gesture and encouraged the people to continue to support the Nigerian Army towards achievement of set goals.
The Nigerian Army today is about 106 years old today, and you can see a lot of differences in their system. So to my community and the people of Eleme, we say we are so happy.
The free medical outreach is part of activities to mark the 161 years of existence of the Nigerian Army, which has the theme Transforming the Nigerian Army, imperative for combating security challenges within a joint environment. In Alesa, Eleme local government area of Rivers State, Dibabare Sidamaweke, NTA News.
From Port Harcourt is now back to Bidemi in Abuja for the continuation of Nationwide.
Thank you, Jenny. It's actually Dennis here in Abuja, but we understand you. Welcome back to Abuja. Now, civil society organizations in Nigeria and anti-graft initiative groups have expressed concern over increasing cases of corruption, especially through the public procurement process. The CSOs and partners, as advocates for change, have identified ways of ending corrupt practices perpetrated through the procurement process. Ayodeji Makinde reports.
Loss of Nigeria's commonwealth to corruption and financial crimes is a trend that has continued to dominate intellectual discourse. The ongoing fight against these sharp practices by different agencies of government over the years has led to major arrests, conviction, seizures and forfeitures. But like a cankerworm, it continues to eat deep into the fabric of the society. In the midst of this fight, civil society observers identify corruption in procurement process as pathway costing Nigeria a fortune that could have been channeled to improving socio-economic well-being of citizens. In a deliberate attempt to halt this, Procurement Observation and Advocacy Initiative and civil society organizations are calling for strengthening of laws, backing the Bureau of Public Procurement and the establishment of a National Council for Public Procurement. This, they believe, will advance the capacity of the agency to effectively fulfill its mandate as contained in the Public Procurement Act of 2007.
It's not meant to undermine any person or professional bodies in Nigeria. The effort is rather to support them and the federal government in this trying period of uncontrolled procurement corruption cases in the public sector.
This select group of non-state actors under the World Bank Federal Republic of Nigeria Economic Reforms and Governance Project 2010 also called on the President Tinubu administration to enforce full compliance with principles guiding conduct of procurement proceedings in public sector. In Abuja, Ayodeji Makinde, NTA News.
Some political party matters now. The People's Democratic Party says its candidate in the September 21st Edo State governorship election, Asue Ighodalo, remains validly in the race as the party resolved to appeal the ruling by the Federal High Court, nullifying the primary election. Chairman of the party's National Campaign Council for the election and Governor of Adamawa State, Amadu Fintiri, stated this at the opening of the council's meeting in Abuja. Timothy Yusuf reports.
The governor of Adamawa State, Amadu Fintiri, is leading the National Campaign Council for the September 21 governorship election in Edo State. Asue Ighodalo, the party's governorship candidate, remains authentic and sellable, Fintiri emphasized.
Yes, there's a little setback temporarily. God will see us through it. 3 days ago's court judgment. Anybody who peruse and look through the entire process, this is what will not stand in the court of law, particularly that will be approaching the court of appeal. And that shouldn't deter us. We will put more commitment.
And we know very much that the Apex Court has pronounced the issue of delegates is purely an internal affairs of the political party.
Former governor of Edo State, Lucky Benedion, and the governorship candidate Asue Ighodalo are optimistic that PDP will emerge victorious in the forthcoming election.
PDP is in my DNA, and I will assure and ensure and do all that is necessary that victory is ours come September. We've already seen the signs that this is going to be a difficult election, not on the issues, but on distractions.
The National Campaign Council, which later dissolved into various sub-committees, has PDP Deputy National Organizing Secretary Pascal Adigwe as Council Secretary. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
President Bola Tinubu is tasking the Nigerian army to change the security architecture to meet up with the new challenges and threats in the country. He said this in a message to the grand finale of the Nigerian Army Day celebration in Jos. Bilkisu Nuhu reports.
Represented by the Minister of Defense, Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, President Tinubu notes with gratitude the huge and critical role the Nigerian army is playing for the continued existence of Nigeria over the years. He says his administration is committed to supporting the army in the discharge of its primary role of defending the territorial integrity by building a well-equipped and professional army that remains the pride of the nation.
Nigeria was to be said, Nigerians was to be said in the fields, on our highways, in our markets, and in the roads. The Nigerian army is the main backbone of the security architecture and to ensure this security.
On its part, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taurid Lagbaja, says in its over 161 years of existence, the Army has matured into a highly professional and potent force in spite of the growing complex security challenges.
The Nigerian Army, under my watch, is committed to improving our operational effectiveness to meet the ever-changing violent and unprotected threats to the nation.
Officers and men who distinguished themselves in line of duty received various awards as guest watch, file pass, and demonstration. Representative of President Tinubu then inaugurated the new aviation platform to bring the week-long celebration to an end. In Jos, Bilkis Nuhu, NTA News.
And a little more on health. Nigerians are advocating aggressive and intensive awareness programs at the grassroots to prevent the outbreak of cholera in rural communities. Clement Barkuir, who spoke with some residents of Uyo, reports that most rural dwellers are yet to adopt common practices to prevent the outbreak of the disease.
I've heard that there is cholera outbreak. You look out for your children or for your child. You ensure that they don't pick things into their mouth unnecessarily.
And whenever they buy something in the market, they should bring it home and wash it properly before they take it.
We need a lot of hand for government to help to mobilize inside the village so that they can help those women inside the village and the children.
While these Nigerians residents in Uyo are aware of the outbreak of cholera in some states of the Federation, it is their prayers that the Akwa Ibom state will not be listed amongst those with cases of cholera. Poor hygiene among rural dwellers is the major concern of health practitioners, and these community health workers are taking advantage of hospital visits by pregnant women and nursing mothers to enlighten them on the preventive measures. They say this group of people and their babies are more vulnerable to cholera infection.
What we do is to teach the women on washing of hands, washing of food items, washing of fruits and vegetables effectively before eating.
The people are appealing to the relevant authorities to carry out sensitization programs, especially in the rural communities, to help residents be well informed about the pandemic. Clement Barkui, NTA News.
Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, Salihu Abdul Hamid Dembos, has again been honored with an award of Charity Without Borders by the Rotary Club of Abuja, Maitama. The recognition is coming as a result of the DG's sterling contributions to the promotion of the mandate of the Rotary International. Charles Alpha reports.
It was the investiture of the 13th President, Rotary Club of Abuja, Maitama, Rotarian Rosamond Favor Uche, a woman whose contributions to her community, profession and Rotary is believed to exemplify the standards of a leader and a go-getter. For the next Rotary year, the Magic President, as she is fondly called, will be championing the cause of the club.
Together we will serve with passion and dedication, making a positive impact on the world around us.
We are celebrating not only the cornerstone of leadership within this club, but the continued commitment that makes Rotary the beacon of service. NTA, the only station with a global reach.
The Director General of NTA, Salih Abdul Hamid Dembos, as part of those contributing to the ideals of Rotary Club International, was honored with the award of Charity Without Borders by the Rotary Club of Abuja Maitama. The Executive Director Special Duties, Adamu Sambo, received the award on his behalf.
The DG of NTA, Comrade Salih Abdul Hamid Dembos, is a man of character, is a man of honor, is a man of integrity, who is passionate about service to the Nigerian nation and humanity. So with this award now, as a family member of Rotary, they will find him very responsive, very responsible, and dependable ally in propagating the ideals of Rotary International.
The objective of the Rotary Club of Abuja Maitama is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of worthy enterprise. Charles Alpha, NTA News.
And we say congratulations to our DG. Now let's make another stop to Jos, where Mary Repelong-Domtua was standing by for stories from that zone. Hello, Mary.
Dennis, and good evening. Welcome to our Jos studio. To enhance the professional skills and intellectual capacities of detectives for safety and security in communities, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, is charging participants of the Advanced Detective Course 78 2024 at the Police Staff College just to remain resolute in the discharge of their responsibilities. This is in a message to the graduation of 145 detectives at the college. Ijoma Ozemena has details.
Advanced Detective Course 78 2024 is structured to enhance skills of participants in the areas of intelligence gathering, collection, processing and sharing, direction, prevention and eventual prosecution of criminal cases. The course participants were also exposed to research methodology, modern policing, best practices and standards to freshen their memories on detection of crimes and criminalities, police power as well as discharging their duties constitutionally.
Important things we're told is the essence of interagency collaboration.
And I believe that with the knowledge and the impartation we have gotten from the course, we'll be better police officers out there.
The Inspector General of Police, represented by the Commandant of Police Staff College, AIG Adebowale Williams, says the role of the 145 detectives is vital in upholding the rule of law, protecting innocent citizens, and ensuring that justice is served.
They have to be on top of their game. You have to be able to predict crime now. And it is only through that you'll be able to easily be on top of it.
There were presentation of awards to the first in professional studies, best in legal and liberal studies, and overall graduating students, as well as leadership awards to some of the instructors for exceptional performance and dedication to duty. The Advanced Detective Course 78-2024 was inaugurated by the Inspector General of Police on the 31st May 2024 in Jos. Ijoma Ozemena, NTA News.
The president of the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, Maria Abiodun Lagbaja, says the unwavering support and encouragement of Nigeria's First Lady to the well-being of the association and children has been a source of inspiration to all. She stated this while inaugurating NAOA project at the 3DIV. Caleb Goching reports.
As part of activities to mark the Nigerian Army Day celebration, the president of the association inaugurated Maria Abiodun Lagbaja Medical Aid Station, a unisex salon, an initiative of the chairperson NAOA 3 Division, Phoebe Shola Abubakar.
This project today.
The NAOA president was at the Model Nursery and Primary School, where she encouraged them to work hard and be disciplined. At an interactive session with staff of the school, the president urged them to sustain and complement efforts of the First Lady in her commitment to the growth of all women and children across the country.
We must appreciate the First Lady
of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, CON. We want to appreciate her because she has been a huge support, especially to the widows of the fallen heroes, also the women and children, youths of the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association.
Your leadership and vision have been a guiding light for us all, and your continued support has significantly impacted the growth and development of our school.
One of the staff who served for 21 years in the school, among other deserving staff of the Model Nursery and Primary School, received financial support from the NAOA president for their dedication and commitment to service. In Jos, Caleb Gochin, NTA News.
And that's our contribution from Jos. Nationwide will continue in our Abuja studio with Dennis, but after this.